Good evening, everybody. Welcome back. This is our fourth episode, if I'm correct. I hope that you got something prepared. It's going to be some crazy stuff going on this session. But before we do that, I'll just do a quick little recap of what happened last time. So, I forgot. So, last time was, let's just say, full of a lot of anxiety for everybody, I would say, as our friend Shaper ended up in a peculiar situation with a monstrous creature that had an affinity for shiny objects, and unfortunately for them, being as they have crystals on them, shiny is just how it works. So, creature, taking them semi-hostage within its mouth, was about to bring them back to the temple when they transformed into a spider and began running for their lives as it screamed out in a horrible, horrible bellowing cry, and nearly caught Shaper twice before they managed to get to the elevator shaft leading down to Midway. Then, unfortunately, some unlucky rolls had the creature catch up to Shaper and grab a hold of them as they entered into Midway, and it started to cause chaos about. Dahlia and Den, seeing this chaos, decided, hey, that's our friend Shaper, we should probably go help him. Let's just say that in the end, probably not best choice. But as it goes, they start whittling down its health, but the creature just is very resilient and does not seem to care as much for a few pesky knives being shot into its back, as it takes control of our friend Den's mind for a moment with its piercing red eyes, telling him, and it shows all of his friends as barking dogs. And in this continued battle, Den eventually was the only one still up, as it took Dahlia and Shaper and began to travel back up the elevator shaft towards the temple. Dahlia was about to make a strike against it, but unfortunately was unable to hit on the first one, revealing himself. The creature, having one more horrific gaze, turned its eyesight back to him and had him follow it back up to the temple, and entered the temple they did as crimson light flooded their vision, and then the Hell's Gates closed, and that's where we are now.
Should I give my thing real quick?
Yeah, if you have a thing, go for it now.
Awesome. Not to ruin the mood or anything like that, but I do want to mention real quick that tomorrow we are going to be doing a one-shot, so that's going to be at 10 a.m. Our time,
That is 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern, I think. Yes.
Okay, awesome. So, so tomorrow we're going to be doing a one-shot. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's a dungeon crawler, and we have some interesting characters for that, so...
Yeah,
Yes.
It's going to be fun. I'm going to be a player.
Yeah,
so.
Josh will be running.
Yeah, Josh will be running that, so that'll be a lot of fun. So stay tuned for that. Keep an eye out for that notification coming out. And so any other quick announcements?
Sessions 2 and 3, the VOD footage is missing. So those might come out eventually. I don't know. I should have 2 copies of Session 4. So Session 4 will be up Tuesday at 8, 9, 7 Eastern, 7 Pacific, 10 Eastern.
There we go. Yeah, so 2 and 3 are exclusive to live events only.
Yeah.
If you watch those live, you know what's happening. If not, well, I can do
There's a good chance it won't be important.
Yeah.
About 30 minutes.
It's a good chance that all you'll need is just me saying, So what happened was this, but does it really matter? I don't know.
No, because we're different people now.
Possibly.
We're gonna die.
Well, if that's about it, I've got a little monologue to do now. So let's get right into that. So your vision is blurry, kind of rocked with an aching pain in your head, and slowly starts to come in. Lights, bright red, beating down on you with harsh shadows. The flooring is smooth and cold against your skin, and your body aches, and just, your joints, your bones, everything, pain, and just rigid and hard to move. And then, as your vision continues to clear itself, your focus goes to a man with his back turned to you, standing over a large table with many glass vials and tubes that run across this massive sort of desk of like just polished stones with intricate carvings all across the bottom. You see his hands reach out and grab objects from the table, and gently you can see his body move slightly as his hands do, and then sets it down, and then his gaze gently moves to the side, and you can see the piercing red iris looking at you as his body is cast in shadow. And then he kind of adjusts his shoulders and turns and slowly goes, awake are we? No need to equate yourselves with my creations, I can see. He slowly walks from the desk, and as you follow him, you can see the large creature that had brought you in, currently with its head down in kind of a bowing position to him. You can already tell this is Lord Buren. You've heard the voice before, but he continues to walk, and he comes. Okay. And he comes up to the creature, and he goes, "Oh, my beautiful Zeta. Look at what they've done to you. But look at what you've done for me. Such a great job." And then his hand slowly goes from its face, goes to the neck, and then you can hear it. He just grabs the neck and starts to crush it, and then with a sickening the body collapses and its head twisted into your direction, eyes glazed over, and he just looks down at it and kind of pushes it away from his feet and begins to walk around you. And as you kind of get your bearings, you can see that currently you are in shackles. Your arms tightly bound by these metal pieces, and you're up against this glass display case with tons and tons of small polished marbles with markings on them that gently glow in the light. And beyond that, beyond what you can see behind you, in front of you, Lord Buren walks across a wall of just long, thin, serrated blades, and he gently clicks each one of them, and you can see now his nails have gone from just being long and black and are now slightly curved like talons, and he just gently clinks them against the metal, and then he turns to you and he says, "You've shown yourselves to be quite remarkable, quite versatile, quite strong. It'd be a shame to not use this power, of course, for something more in line with what I'd want. So I give you an option here. Either you join me, you join my cause, or I make you part of the past and make you disappear, never again to be seen on the face of this planet. So what do you say? Would you like to be part of the future, part of something greater than you are now, or do you want to disappear, just as the halflings did so long ago? And then he just gives a curled smile as he looks to you, Shaper, and then he just looks to the rest of you. So, you have two options that he has presented to you, but those aren't the only options available to you. Of course, it'll be tough to try and convince him otherwise, but you can definitely try.
Okay. So, my first action is going to be telepathy for all of us for next 4 hours. I'm going to just kind of sit there, just kind of like gazing off into the distance. I'm trying to make myself look as like just dead tired as I possibly can, right? It's not going to be very hard,
No.
right?
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to make it buy a little bit of time, you know?
Yep.
I wake up a little bit groggy, and I'm guessing like midway through that speech, I'm like starting to get my surroundings. And I'm like, okay, I need to do something. I say to them telepathically, and I say, "You guys good?"
No.
Been better, but we're here now.
And I think for a moment, and then I say to you guys, "Help me out here. I have a plan.
Alright.
I've done situations like this before. I have a ring, and it's a Dragon Lord ring. And I'm going to try convincing him that we're on his side."
I can maybe give you a little bit of help. And am I able to prepare a tale from beyond without the notice of Lord Buren?
You'll have to give me a stealth check with disadvantage as he is currently looking at you guys.
Okay. I'm gonna try to do that.
Sounds good.
How do I secure my dice sail?
Are we all right next to each other?
Yeah, you're all in a line against this glass display case.
We
And he's
we don't know
standing
what
in
he's
front
doing
of
just
you,
Yeah.
clinking his talons against metal.
I would have tried to distract him, but it won't really help. So
This is unrelated. 13 and a 19, so this is stealth?
Yep.
16.
16.
Oh no.
His passive perception would be...
More than 16.
Yeah. He does
Yes.
notice,
it's just
And
storytelling.
he-
Yeah, let me.
kind of like leans in and he goes, "What was that you're saying? Speak up for all of us here."
Let me check something. Because I might be able to pull something really crazy off.
Alright. I'm gonna take
We immediately escape. We're just out. We're just gone. In fact, we're halfway across the world.
Not that. I cannot do that.
What? That's crazy. You don't have teleportation?
Unfortunately. Okay. But I get to I do.
You
it.
do get to do this as he is now commanding you to do it in front of everybody.
That's the one.
That's the one.
That's the one.
That's the one.
Yes.
Oh boy.
What kind of wild situation?
Can I?
You
Okay, go ahead.
want to hear what I was saying? I was
Of
just
course.
reminding myself the tale of the fox. You familiar?
Oh, I've heard many a stories in my day, but please, do Do tell.
Well, a fox is quick, cunning. And every time he found himself in a situation where it just seemed impossible, it seemed that luck would tend his way. Why do you think luck favored the fox?
Oh, I don't know. Why don't you tell me?
Why don't I? Because I've got no reason to. So, as I tell the tale of the clever animal, for the next 10 minutes, when you make an intelligence, wisdom, or charisma check, you get an extra d8.
Okay.
That should be the hype up too.
You see Lord Buren kind of bends down to you and he says, "Sly just like the fox, I see."
What are you gonna do? Kill me? You're gonna do that anyways.
Well, yes, but I was hoping that, you would see that there's ways that I could teach you to be even slyer than the fox. For the hunter always wins in the end.
You and I have been hearing very different stories, mate.
Oh, I believe I've just heard the end of the tale, though.
Well, let me tell you, and the fox though is quite cunning, and he knows quite a bit. And let's just say that although you seem to know a lot, although the hunter seems to know a lot, there is something that he doesn't completely realize. And as he's doing this, as I'm saying silently, I'm like, guys, I'm going to try pulling this off. Help me best you can.
Do you want me to give like a help action?
Sure. I
Okay.
don't know what you would be doing.
How
I'm just gonna I'm gonna help your check,
Okay,
and
just-
I'm gonna say a little something to help it.
Okay.
Sometimes that the fox and the hunter can be so blinded by their petty squabbles that they don't realize they're really on the same side. And then I'm gonna let you do it.
We really are on the true side, same side. And do I have my
You have
my bag?
Yeah, you have your bag with you. You're just currently have your arms kind of bounced. It'll be a little hard,
So-
but you can grab at it.
Would I might be able
Can
to
I-
get? Oh, go ahead.
So, telepathically, would I be able to inspire Dan? The skull might do some smoking, but if he's concentrated
Yeah.
elsewhere...
Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
Okay. So I'll say, come on, Dan, you got this. That's another d8.
I try. I'm like, just give me a moment. I just have to get something out of my bag. It'll be worth it. I promise. I kind of like reach over, kind of pull out my. I pull out a ring, and I hold it up. I'm like, you see, for this, and I throw it over towards him, and it clinks on the floor. A little bit of clink.
Fix it up.
For
with his
this right
talons.
here, I'm from the city of Mar, and I am on your side. For I am someone that was told to gather knowledge of magic that you wouldn't usually fully explore. For I don't think it's very often that you hear about the magic of the elementals. I understand elementals are disgusting creatures, but I promise you, I got told that I should be discovering what they can do, discovering what their powers are, so that us Dragon Lord people can understand it better. 2d8s.
DM's
Yep.
making a face. DM's making a face. I don't know if that's good or bad.
I think it's probably not good.
Did you roll
That's
2 ones
so
on your 8s?
Unfortunate.
You rolled 3
That's actually so
What?
sad.
What? That's a 1 on a d8, a 1 on a d8, a 1 on a d6, and a 3 and an 11 on an advantage roll. So that what is that? That's
20,
14.
24 for me. That's
He
not very
We
good.
can't let
He
you roll him. ever
has a
again.
28.
Okay.
He is not convinced.
Oh.
You see him onto the ground and goes. He goes. Very clever, fox. But again, hunter always wins. And he then gently goes up and grabs a sword that's hanging on the top shelf of this like rack of like metal weaponry. And he pulls it down. And he looks at it and he says, "Did I ever tell you about how many people I've killed in my day, and how I've so wanted to use this sword once again? You see, this sword I used to slaughter the halflings back in the day. Oh, the screams that they would do, their chilled cries out in the night, wishing for anyone to come and save them, but they were foolish. They would not join the future. No, no, no. They were stuck in the past. Stuck in their ways, and we were the future. And we knew that the only way for the future to truly rise was to burn it all down. And through the ashes, only then could we rise. So, I tell you this one last time. Join me, part of the future, or die here as the past."
I say telepathically as he's still looking at me. Guys, what are we going to do?
Life or death.
Okay. Are we
Life or-
dying?
life or die.
I'll let you guys decide what you want to do for yourselves, but I can't serve this man.
Talia?
I don't know.
"I'll give you a minute to think about it," he says, as the sword gently touches your foreheads, leaving small cuts. It hits you pretty hard. He does that purposefully, leaving a dent into your actual rock. And he walks, and he goes back to his table. He's gently just sort of grabbing a few things and putting them together. But every once in a while, you see his bright red iris shifts and looks at you. Then gnarly grin just sort of pulls at his skin, and then his hand gently touches the blade.
In the event we do, get into a fight, have we had a short rest?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to double
you had
check.
a short rest.
Or a long rest,
No.
No.
Why would Lord Buren
One
wait
more
that long?
psionic.
To make it a fair fight, because he loves us.
I don't know.
Secretly.
How strong are the shackles?
They are rough iron, so some of them are a little rusted, so you could probably, given a high enough strength roll, break from them.
Okay, second question. Are the keys, lock keys right there on the shackles?
Mhm.
Yeah, so the lock hole's right there?
I can't get out. I don't have the strength to break these.
I think he'll let us out, because he wants to use his little sword.
True. Either
Just to
way.
use it in a fun
It's-
way.
Dem, do you know what you're doing?
I'm going to try something else crazy. It hasn't gone well. I want to try something.
I
Alright.
think I can get out of this pretty easy.
Are you
can't I?
trying to
Yeah, you could.
What?
Okay.
trying to fight him?
Yes.
He's just watching you guys right now,
Yeah.
just waiting for your answer.
Alright, for him to
Right.
get out before I'll prepare mine, so I'm out by the time we fight.
That's the only thing I can think of. Other than that, or joining.
I think it's worth it to live longer. This is just a because you've made your statement.
I guess I don't have to believe what I'm serving for.
Fair.
I
Seen time and time again, people have joined the Dragon Lords but not believed what they have.
think
But if we're going out fighting, I will help. I want to do some short rest health.
I've
Yeah.
done a lot of.
While you do that, Lord Buren's just gonna say, I hope that you have your answer soon.
I've done a lot of pointless things in my life. Fighting here seems like one of them. I think I'd maybe, just maybe, there's something to be gained from living longer.
Okay. I'd be okay with living longer.
Are we held kneeling, sitting, standing?
You're currently kneeling. Your feet aren't shackled, but your arms were.
Okay.
He just had you on the ground, so you can get up.
Yeah. Dolly's gonna look at Shaper. You're fighting.
Well, I'm not staying. I'm gonna try and get away, but I don't think I will.
Best of luck to you.
And to you? What's the room look like?
So you are currently in a quite spacious laboratory. There are, I would say it's about as big as maybe 19 by 20 foot.
Okay.
So in front of you is a wall of weaponry that Lord Buren has. Thin blades, saws, all kinds of stuff like that, all made out of metal. And this is very polished metal. Next to that is a suit of armor that looks like it would have been Lord Buren's, but it doesn't look like he wears it anymore. And then beyond that, to your left, is Lord Buren's desk, where he has a bunch of trinkets and glass piping that bubbles, broils, and all that sort of stuff. And then behind you is a glass display case of these polished little marbles that glow. And you don't know what those are.
And everything's magical is overshadowed with the horribleness that is this place. I couldn't get any gleanings there. Okay.
If you were, it would just be like Lord Buren, just there.
May
How-
I intercede briefly?
Mm-hmm.
With one little extra bit, I'm gonna telepathically, because of that, to Shaper, Moonlight guide you, and I'm gonna cast Bardic Inspiration. So
Okay.
you get a D8.
So DM, how horrible do the bubbling concoctions look?
You can't really tell. It just like because the glass is tinted, so it's just like you can hear it bubbling. You couldn't tell like exactly how horrible it is.
Right. So I'm gonna try and I'm gonna pick one.
Okay.
He's looking at us because you said because
Yeah, he is looking at you guys right now.
telekinesis. No material, somatic, or verbal components. And I'm going to try and pop it in his mouth and but he has no idea it's me, so I'm going to do that.
He disappears right in front of your eyes.
Okay.
He just like that. He's gone, and then he's right in front of you.
I haven't moved.
But he's in front of all of you
Right.
guys, and he just he's like
The glass just drops and all of the liquid that's in it, if it shatters.
as his hand reaches out, the sword goes to his hand, and he says, "Time's up."
Dahlia will stand,
Mm-hmm.
look up at him, and look down and bow.
And Lord Buren nods, and then your shackles shatter as he waves his hand over, and he says, "Good choice." He looks to you.
I'll do the same.
Yours fall off your hands, and then he looks to you and he says, "Presume that you are the one."
One more question. Did it look like there was any tiny anything with my good perception? Is there any place I could slip into? I mean, I know he probably has spells. Any way out of here that is cracked open or something?
The only thing you can see that would be out are the windows on the far end to your right, and you can just see starlight coming in through those. But they're a little further away from where you are currently, and he is like right in front of you.
Right. And they are windows that are sealed. They're not open windows.
No, they're open. They're because remember the creature crawled in
Oh,
from
right.
that. They are open windows.
How high? Do I know from before?
You would know that they're like 5 feet off the ground, and they're about like 10 feet in length.
Okay.
But they're kind of a weird shape where they're kind of they kind of narrow on the inside and kind of get bigger. So it looks like the creature kind of had to squeeze its way through.
Okay. And but the creature was medium or was it large?
It was a large creature.
Cool.
So it was able to make its way out, so you would be able to if you tried.
Okay. Right, so gonna give me a chance to the old one too, or are you just gonna do it?
If so, he puts his hand up, and then you see the window because
Okay.
he's eager, and he says, "I'll do," and he looks to you two and he says, "I'll have you two step away," and he points off kind of into the back of the laboratory, and then you see him. He grabs his. He has like these heavy purple robes on, and he grabs them and he rips it off, and underneath, you can see these long arms that are full of jagged scales, and his body is very muscular. He looks like he used to be a fighter when he was younger, and then you can see long scars all across him, and then he stands fully up, and he just towers over you. Absolutely.
I'm so
towering.
tiny.
You're tiny. He is a huge guy, easily 8 feet tall, when he's standing fully with his body kind of like this. And then he says, "Shall we? Roll initiative."
Inspiration, 5 feet. What are the rules for that? What can I use that for? Bardic Inspiration. What does Bardic Inspiration do?
You get an extra D8 on one attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. At some point in the next 10 minutes, you can choose when to use it. You just get an extra D8.
I'm gonna save that from the saving throw. I know I'm gonna have to do at some point, so I'm going to roll my initiative.
He already rolled his.
That is a dirty 20.
He got 23.
Damn. Well,
So
Shiver's gonna be dead before
Lord Buren
Yeah.
looks down to you, and he decides that he is going to cast. He's actually gonna cast lightning bolt on you.
I'm gonna be
He just
so
looks
dead.
down and goes. He just cast it right on you, buddy.
Mhm.
So he is going to roll to attack.
Lightning bolt. Isn't that exit?
Oh, it is. Yeah, you're right. Thank you for saying that.
Yeah, I'm
I'm gonna.
here's that saving throw.
Let's see if it's even worth using my.
What did you get?
It's a what? D8.
D8.
I'm gonna definitely use that. I got 11.
That does not do it at all. Not at all. That wasn't even close.
You win some, you lose some.
So that's gonna be 8d6 of damage. So 1, 3, 6,
Mm-hmm.
3, 5,
Mm-hmm.
2, and 6. So I said 1, 3, 6, 3, 5, 3, 5, 6.
How much is that total?
I don't know.
What?
I just read them out as I rolled them.
Well,
1, 3,
3, 5,
5.
3, 5, 3, 6, 6.
You got 35 hit points?
No.
You are instantly down.
It just crumbles.
You watch as Lord Buren, he just looks down, just smiles, and you see like energy just coalesce in his hand, and then a bolt of lightning just strikes down onto Shaper, and Shaper just goes down immediately. Just Shaper, you're
Yeah.
unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
Lord Buren looks to you two and he says, "What should I do with this one?"
Whatever you please, sir.
Simp.
He picks up Shaper's head and he looks at the gems and he says, "Exactly what I've been looking for." And he looks to the marbles in the case.
Does he get death saves?
Yes, you can make a death save, but like
He's about to stab Shaper.
He's just about to
I failed the first one.
Alright, you can roll another one.
I'll just keep rolling until either I'm dead or not dead. I've succeeded that one. 10's a success, right?
10 is a success, yes.
And I'm stable.
For now.
Yeah, for now, for about 10 seconds.
For about 10 seconds before Lord Buren takes you to his table. And he's like, he looks to the case of marbles, and I think you can kind of start to see the connection here. He's going to use Shaper as the gemstones to polish him down into one of those.
Ooh.
As I see this, I wanted to send out a little telepathic message to you
I
and be
don't
like,
think I'm awake. I think I'm just.
it's just unconscious.
He's
Is that
also
what it is?
unconscious.
Okay.
Yeah, he's unconscious until like short restoration.
Yep.
Okay.
And Lord Buren is gonna get to work, and you are turned into nothing more than a crystal. As he whittles away your body, turning you into nothing but the core that's left behind. Shaper is dead. And with that, I think we should go to break.
We're gonna take an early break because we all just died basically.
I mean, you guys are totally dead.
We're effectively dead.
Yes.
Yeah.
We sold our souls. All right, we'll be back. Thanks for enjoying this. See you all in a little bit. It's not.
All right. Sorry for the wait there, but we had to make sure we had everything kind of put together for what just happened there. So, we'll get right into it.
It was his fault.
It was. Yeah. So, some time has passed now, and our friend Dahlia here. Well, his mask may have drawn some attention from Lord Buren, and well, he wanted to see more of what this is, but found rather strange difficulty with taking it off the young man. So he called in his apprentice, and as they were dabbling with it, something clicked. And now the apprentice is gone, and Dahlia has gone under a transformation. Please present who you are now.
So, as Lord Buren and his apprentice began working with this glittering metal crown almost that adorns Dahlia's head, he underwent a transformation that began to warp his very body. So, emerging from such is a man, kind of a massive black hair, almost resembling the apprentice, but not wholly. About 5'9". But the key feature is standing out, like very distinctly from the lighter skin, is this dark blue, almost scaly visage that adorns the top of his face and around his eyes, where the mask once covered Dahlia's eyes. And these sharp, almost pointed serpentine eyes, set green in color. And yeah, I don't know, probably we're just wearing remnants of Dahlia's clothes as the body underwent a transformation, but obviously the entire individual did not. Yeah.
Yes. So, quite a surprise to Lord Buren, but somewhat of a welcome one too, as this is an opportunity to see what this is. Curiosity often attracts some power-hungry people, and this curiosity definitely has attracted the attention of Buren. Going to Den, past this time that has gone between their induction now into his army, has changed his patronage, and also has gone under some training as sort of learning the ways of the dragon now. So why don't you tell us what's different with Den now that you've been with Lord Buren for a little while?
Yeah, so I was forcefully changed to be a patron of the Dragon Lords. And in doing so, they have given me a spell tome to learn out of, for which I have learned some basic magic with. And I have slowly built up a new set of spells that I can use. And then also in doing so, it gave me some draconic abilities. For example, I have now the ability to cause draconic fear because of my study of dragons.
Mm-hmm. So now we get into the present time. It's been a couple weeks, I would say, as you've started to be inducted fully into the rankings. You're currently learning your way through some of these new spells, just getting an understanding of them, and you just whole new outlook on reality as this happened to you. But You stand before Lord Buren, no longer in the laboratory where you once were, where Shaper unfortunately perished and became part of a collection of sorts of his, and you are now currently in his actual personal palace at where normally his generals would meet with him to discuss certain situations. And Lord Buren is seated across from you, and he currently looks to you both, and he says, "It's been some time, but your choices, I have to say, were for the right reasons. I understand that maybe they weren't fully your own, but of course now that doesn't matter, does it? As now you will be part of something greater, the future. You see, time has been cruel to many of us, but recently a development has made itself clear to me, that of the other dragon lords. They're stuck in their ways. They're stuck. And honestly, they will not budge. They think that all is fine, all is perfect as it should be, but they don't realize that it could be so much better. We are going to war. The other dragons, they do not matter now. Castro has the vision for the future. The city of Mars is with us on this. Albeit for how long, we do not know, but we must keep our eyes forward for now, but make sure that our backs are not turned to them. We will see that our land be reborn, albeit through flame. Things will be destroyed, lives will be lost, but in the end, new life will find its way through it and will rise from the ashes of the old world. So, I have a mission for you both. I want you to go to the city of Mar for me. There you will meet with some of our patrons there that are currently in discussion on acquiring some of the, how do I say this, arcane and technological advancements that they have been working on recently. We will acquire them and bring them back to Fear, of course, and we will work on them to make sure that there are no business of attempted assassination against us with these materials and weaponry. But for now, you shall be taking a ship out, and you will be heading back to the south. Of course, you could also leave on port and make your way across land, if that is so what you wish. Albeit slower, but I do have to say, less likely that you will end up in a situation where some unwanted visitors attempt to take things from you. The choice is yours, but the goal is the same. You go to Mar, and you set off now.
I would cede my fate to your wisdom, but I don't know if Den has something to say.
I know Mar. I've been there before. It's where I've grown up.
Then you will have a very nice insight on this situation at hand, and you will be able to guide our friend here.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Well, be off then. And he waves his hand, and you see him turn, and he's currently looking at like it looks like what would have been part of Schaefer originally, but it's now been polished. And it's like in this casing of metal, and he gently spins it, and it's been carved to look like the world of Athos. So it's like a kind of a globe, and he just spins it, and then he stops it right where Mar would be. And you are dismissed out from his office and out from the palace that he currently resides within. And as you do so, one of the Dre generals goes up to you and says, "Did you get your mission from Lord Buren?"
We did.
We did.
All right, so you know that you'll be heading off to Ma then. Are
City
you
Mar.
are you going to be heading on foot or will you be heading on ship?
You know the city best. What do you think?
I feel like the faster we get there, the faster we can get this done.
Sounds good enough to me.
Okay, I
Ship
should.
it is. All right, I'll be accompanying you as navigator. Of course, we will have to do some travel on land, as you would know. But we are going to be at ports along some of the minor cities along the sea on the south rim. And he kind of turns and he starts to walk and kind of gestures for you to follow him as a few other Dre kind of join you. You get to, currently you're docked at the port. And he goes into midway, the elevators having been reconstructed after the creature kind of made quite a fuss about things. Propaganda spread that it was caused by elementals, as to save face for Buren and the Dragon Lords, and that seemed to quell quite a few attempted rebellions from people, as he's very hard on the propaganda. As you could see, on some of the walls are these parchments with pictures depicting the creature and saying, "Beware the elementals, for they are here within us." Like, kind of like, fear-mongering sort of usage of propagandas. And as the Dre kind of walks through midway, he gets to this side, kind of open hall, and then there's like a large door that's been opened up on one side, and there below is like you can see the actual port and like some ladders that lead down onto the port, and then a ship down below that is much smaller, but has a similar design to Fear. So you can tell that's probably one of their like naval battleships that they would use. So
I hope we're not traveling over land for too long. I've found my breath escaping me more often than not as of late.
Yeah, I don't think it's that long, given that we're going to be going by ship, correct?
no, won't be too long. By ship, we'll get there within, I don't know, going across the cliffs, across to the south rim, maybe about 2 weeks on ship, and then to Mar, probably couple weeks walk.
Sounds about right.
Of course, walking all the way there would have been a little bit longer, but to each their own. But we will be meeting up with some people within the minor city to give us some carts, and they will be allowing us to take some of the beasts of burden to help with the journey, and that should cut it down to a week and a half of journey across the land.
A swift journey then.
Yes.
You see Heron, as you've known, or come to know him by, just kind of like shakes a little bit at that extended S sound. It seems he's not entirely in control of.
The Dre general. We haven't gotten his name actually. He's never really gotten that close with you guys. Kind of keeps a distance, but he kind of comes. He starts to go down the ladder with you guys, and then gets down to the actual docking of the where the port is. You see people walking in and out from like on this cliffside. You can see like these little alcoves that have been dug into it, and you can see people coming in and out and into other ships and carrying like large boxes of cargo with them. And then like as they kind of go back into these alcoves, you can see them either going into these little trolleys that take them up the cliffside to where one of the larger like cities are at the very top of it, or you can see them just kind of interchanging at this little market spot where they like put down the crates, break it open, and start to like sell it. But you guys walk from Fear directly into this next ship. Being that it's smaller, it's kind of built for like maybe 20 people at the most, comfortably, of course. You could have maybe like 30 to 40 kind of cramped. But right now you're only a party of about like 10, most of them Dre, who are accompanying you. And he gets up onto the ship. You see this. You actually see a this like sort of insectoid sort of creature kind of talks to, like, you can see it like looking at the man, the Dre, not man, but Dre, and then like the Dre ant repeats back kind of some words to him in Draconic, and then the insect creature kind of bows and then kind of comes off the ship, and kind of you see several others. They look like they were working on the ship. You can see like in multiple arms like some tools that they had with them kind of come out alongside him, and they kind of walk off back towards the more populated area of this dock. And then the Dre turns to you guys and he says, "Well, we've got all we need. It has been fully loaded with our food for the journey, and it has also been properly adjusted for what we are currently going to be going through. Unopportune times, as it is coming up on sandstorm season. The winds are picking up, so they needed to reinforce some of the kind of outer shells of our ship, but luckily they were able to do it in short time." And he kind of nods and he says, "Well, I'm aboard then."
Sound good?
Yeah, we board.
Yeah, and as you're boarding, he kind of gives a head count. You know, it's kind of like making sure that everyone's on. Well, you could show up.
I'll show up later.
Okay. Fair enough. So
This is one more thing. This is people getting on from Vengeance onto the ship, right?
no,
Or
from
this is
Fear.
from Fear.
They're currently docked at Cliffs of the Old World, which is a port where a lot of trading happens and a lot of maintenance. And there is a city above that on the actual cliffs itself. And then beyond that is a city-state.
Oh, so this is on land.
Yeah, you're on land right now.
I totally misunderstood. Sure.
That's why I was like, you could show
That
up.
makes more sense. I
Yeah.
was like, I wouldn't be on the.
No.
Okay.
You could
I
show
see
up
now.
because they're currently docked.
Right.
They're getting on the ship right now, which is they're getting off of Fear and onto a new ship, which is going to go and go to south, and then it's going to go to Mar.
I see now.
Yes.
I get you. Okay. Then yes, I'll be here. Sure. Sorry about that. There's a smaller kind of human man, nice blue eyes, brown hair, wearing some. They're not super nice clothes, but they're well kept. He'll kind of look around and make sure he's getting on the right boat and nod and go on. Kind of
Yeah.
just hop on there.
The Trey kind of looks to him, just says, "Okay." He doesn't care. You're just a small little human.
Just a little guy.
You're just a little guy.
Chicken. Cheaper.
How tall are you actually?
I'm like I'm smaller for like the average human, but I'm not like small. I'm not like a.
He's not a
I'm not short. I'm not halfling. I'm just.
Would you say you're like within the 5 foot range? Or?
Just there, like
Okay.
5'1" or something. Like 5'3", 5'3".
Okay,
That's
okay.
a little short.
Yeah. So he kind of just is like kind of gives a look, but then he's like kind of like maybe it was just like you're probably some maintenance person that's supposed to board with them and just kind of keep things in check. So he doesn't really think about it much, and he just kind of shrugs his shoulder and says, one more person couldn't hurt, because it is a smaller crew. As I said, it's about like 10 people, so now it's about 11. Most are Dre. There are some humans, and they are maintenance. They are meant to upkeep the like actual ship while everyone else just kind of lounges around.
Right.
So he, after a minute, brings up the ladder from the ship. He goes to the main helm of the ship and starts it. This one has a smaller engine that's kind of outside, and you can see it kind of chugs and goes, and it comes to life, and then it kind of spews some little puffs of black smoke, and it pulls away from the docks, and it starts to go out into the sand sea, but keeping close to the actual shoreline. It's like keeping it within view, and you guys are following along that down. So you guys have your own kind of there's corridors and kind of your own areas, but it's kind of more of like you get like a wall, and then kind of like a little bit of bedding, and then like a little like a little bench that you can put stuff on, and that's kind of it.
It's like stalls.
Yeah, it's kind of like stalls on the and that's below deck, and then there's like an actual main area, like where you would probably go to cook some food, and it has like a little skylight on it, so it you can light comes in, and right behind that is the engine room, which I said part of it's uncovered, so you can actually see the engine working, and then the turbines powering the actual movement of the ship. It's like a mini version. But yes, so the general's up above right now, kind of manning the ship, and then the other Dre, they kind of go to their little stalls and kind of hunker down. You see some of them with packs, and you're assuming in these packs are probably just general clothing that they would have for the trip, just to keep themselves kind of comfortable. You see one of them, kind of more of a pot-bellied Dre, kind of waddles in, and he kind of tries to squeeze his way into one of the stalls, and he kind of doesn't fit all the way, and then he kind of
Poor guy.
but he manages to shuffle in, and then yeah, so you guys are currently here, kind of settling in, so you'll be here for a little while on this ship that's moving down the coastline, but you're going to be actually making a few stops along the way on ports that are on the cliffside, and then along the actual rim of the sand sea, just to make sure that you have fuel, that you have food, and that you're upkeeping maintenance. So you're not going straight on, you're going to be making a stop once a week, and it's for 2 weeks, so you get 2 stops.
So what's your story?
What's my story?
I mean, I know the most recent part,
Yes.
but what beyond that, if we're going to be on this journey together?
Quick question. Do you look like Dahlia?
No.
Okay.
It looks very distinctly not like
So-
Dahlia.
And I'm trying to get it do I know you're not Dahlia? Or
You're
know that
pretty
part of
aware
it?
that this is not... Dahlia seems to be gone.
Okay.
This is... The personality you see most forward is the Lord Buren's apprentice,
Mhm.
who you saw on a few occasions.
Okay.
One question: where are you guys on the ship? Just in like the main area.
Probably just in the main area,
Mhm.
just
I'll be there too then.
sitting having a conversation.
Kind of come in.
I'll just be sitting down too.
Okay.
They got there first, so yeah, I kind of come in.
Yeah,
at
you
some
kind of
point,
come in.
sit down, just kind of like
Sit down
And
with
then,
us
like,
or sit down
just
somewhere else.
sit down somewhere else in the room.
Okay.
They're just gonna, and then they'll like pull out a little book and
Okay.
start writing in it.
Yes. So, long story short, it's a long story, and
I'd believe it if you ended up in the situation you did.
yes. But long story short, I am now working to study to understand the magic of the dragons. So that's where I am now.
Quite a lot of study there.
Yes, it is quite a lot of study. Yeah. And I pull out my book tome and I
Yeah.
slam it on the table. I've been reading this every night.
Wow, that seems fascinating.
Yeah.
Yes. And I'm imagining like this black book with like an inscription in it. And on the bottom there's like a little bit of inscription in a different language. But which you probably don't understand.
What's the language?
Primordial.
Oh, yeah.
You probably don't understand
Yeah.
because if you did, that means something.
Yeah.
But no, it has a little bit of a different language at the very bottom.
Yeah.
But yeah, black book. I'm thinking silver text.
Yeah.
Yeah, and very tattered.
Yeah, I work in the study of some of the same things.
Oh,
as
nice,
well.
nice. Yeah.
The arcane arts and whatnot.
Of course. Tell me about your story.
Well, was Den present for Dahlia's transformation?
I would presume not.
Okay.
Because
So,
Lord
how,
Buren would kind of do this in the.
how much do you know? Did Dahlia just disappear and you're handed this guy? And it's like, this is your ward now.
Is that what I don't know.
It's kind of like that. Like
Okay.
Dahlia, like Lord Buren called for Dahlia one day. Dahlia went in, hasn't returned. This guy came out one day, and then Lord Buren's like, "You two are going to be working together."
It looks like Lord Buren's assistant, who you saw around, but with a distinct blue scale just kind of decorating my face. Almost like a raccoon mask, but not that comical.
Okay.
A little more blended. Well, so I guess you want to know what happened to your friend.
That'd be nice if you know anything about that.
I sort of know, but I'm not entirely sure. So the best sort of explanation I can give you
Mm-hmm.
is that what was their name again?
I mean, I know about what happened to Shaper, but not Dahlia.
Dahlia, right?
Yes.
I'm sort of Dahlia now.
Interesting.
You know that I don't know how much I'm supposed to tell you, but I figure you ought to know. You know that crown Dahlia wore?
Yes.
We were working on that. And my body was turned to ash.
Huh.
And now I'm in this one, which from what I was told is what Dahlia's body became.
Ah, I see.
And I don't really know what's going on, if I'm being entirely honest. I've just been trying to get used to it again. I feel a lot more frail than Dahlia ever looked from what I saw of him when we were working on him, but I think that just might be some of the aftermath of everything that happened to him.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I'm not sure where exactly Dahlia went, but as far as his form, that's this.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't fully understand.
Me neither.
Okay, we're
I
on the
think-
same page.
Yeah, it feels sometimes like there's just so much pressure in my head, and I can't seem to control it at times. But been pretty good about it so far.
Well, it's good that you're not having too many problems with that pressure in your head, because
Yeah.
from what I understand, it's not always good.
It-
But
it can be problematic at times, but
I believe it.
hopefully it won't happen at any important times.
I believe it.
So what do you know about the city of Mar? You
About the
said you're
city of
familiar
Mar.
with it.
I came from there.
Oh, you did.
Yes. That's where I grew up. Yeah.
What's it like? I haven't. Besides the movement of the ships, I haven't traveled that much.
I'll tell you from the people of the commoners, or from the view of the commoners, it's very advanced. Almost as advanced as most Dragon Lord ships would be.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, so that probably gives a good gist of what it's like. Very advanced for the commoners versus what it typically is like. Lots of magic all around, stuff like that.
Well, I'm excited to go and maybe study a bit while we're there.
Yeah, I know. Lots of interesting things to see.
Just continue to chat and
Yeah.
pass the time.
You just listening in, or?
Yeah. If you guys want to make a perception check, you can make.
First roll of the character.
Woohoo!
Should I get a better die for this?
Same character.
Same character, different situation.
Perception. That is a 20.
8.
30.
30?
20.
Oh. Oh, dirty.
30.
Dirty
I thought
30,
you said
baby.
30, and I'm like,
30.
I was like,
Go,
bro.
baby!
Kind of like, you see the human's just kind of sitting a little bit away. When you look up at him, you see his the little pen he has kind of hit his book, and he's just writing in his little book, just vibing in his own little world.
Have you seen him before?
No, you've never really seen him before.
I don't know if my character would.
And you see most of the people that are working here.
Oh, I
mean,
have seen most of the people. He's like just one of the outliers. Like
Yeah, like it's kind of like I haven't seen you before. Like the people that came on the ship with you are people that you would have worked around pretty frequently right now, because most of them are Dre, and the ones that you wouldn't frequently see are just like sort of workers from down below, like below deck. So
But he's not down below deck.
he doesn't seem like he would be from there. He seems like he would, like, if anything, maybe like midway he would come from, but like you don't know why he would be on the ship with you right now.
And how far away are you from us?
I'm. How big is this interior? I don't even.
So the interior is about as big as these two rooms connected. So
Oh, so it's
Probably
not that.
Yeah, not that far.
not
I'm
that
pretty
far, and
close.
also there it's a circular table in front of you, so you probably be sitting.
Oh, it's the same. It's one big
Oh,
table.
It's one big
Oh,
table.
so
It's
it's like
one big
five
circular
Oh, so
table
we're
in the
all
common
just
room.
sitting together. Okay.
Yeah, it's if you're in the common room, it's one big circular table.
Is there anyone else sitting here?
You see like one other Dre, but you can see him. He's got like little dice in his hands, and he's kind of just like you can see him weighting them. Like you see him kind of like carving out a little piece, and he kind of looks up at you, and then kind of like shifts it away, and then like you see him like continue.
Yeah. So I call out to you and I'm like, hey, I haven't seen you before.
Gently close it. Just kind of look at you. Put it in my bag. I have a forgettable face.
Huh. Well, what's your name?
I'm Gabe.
Gabe.
Gabe,
Interesting.
what's your name?
I'm Dan.
Nice to meet you, Dan.
Yes.
Heron Katz.
Nice to meet you, Cats.
So, what brings you onto the ship?
Just working, you know.
What is working?
Well, right now, just kind of getting a feel for the place. But once I get a feel for the place, that's when I really start, Working.
Okay. Wow. Combining work with work. That is a very interesting way of doing this.
Can I insight this guy?
Sure.
Like,
yeah,
what's-
I'm just going to insight this.
Okay.
I just want to try to be like, what's his deal? Like, why is he being so
okay, I
weird?
don't have any idea. He just
I'm never
Unclear.
He just-
Unclear.
He's
He just
just
confuses
Gabe's
me.
weird.
He's the weird guy just on the ship.
Gabe's just a
People
weird
like
guy.
Gabe.
Yeah, you know,
What do you
there's
do?
people like Gabe. They're
Let's
just
work
kind of there.
well,
Of course, not like my friend Gabe.
right
Also,
now.
I'm gonna make an insight check to see if I can tell you guys are weirded out by me. That's gonna be
Yes.
16. Okay.
No, you- we
Okay.
are.
Okay.
But it's pretty obvious. We're like,
Okay.
just look,
Yeah.
just look towards each other.
I'm gonna see
it's
if the
just one
Dre in
guy.
the room really.
My next character dies.
No, the Dre, he's just too busy with his dice right now. He's like.
Yeah. So work for me. I got told that I should go to the city of Bar. I got tasked by the Dragon Lord.
Do I know the Dragon Lord's name?
I mean, you probably.
How much are we supposed to be
Actually-
saying to random people on the boat?
No.
Okay.
No, you
Okay.
don't know his name.
Oh. Okay. Then I can. Mine's a very similar. Very similar situation.
Okay.
You know, I'm not sure how much I can say. You know how it could be.
Yeah, I know how that could be.
And are you able to say anything, or is your stuff?
Oh, you're working with Den.
Oh, you guys are together.
Yes.
Working
Well,
together.
Well, yeah,
Working
that's right.
together.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Careful how you say
I'm
things.
sorry. I did. That's. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
The
anyways.
Dre kind of looks up, goes ha, and then goes back to work.
I kind of like smile on
And I
the
say,
Dre.
I mean,
He's like, oh, wait till I tell the rest.
Don't do it, Philip.
All right. You don't talk about the dice.
I won't say a thing.
Got it.
So, have you been working
Character.
for the dragon, the person for a while now?
a while is a strong word.
So not a while.
Depends on how you define a while.
How do you define a while?
I wouldn't say that long, but other people would say it would be quite a while.
Okay. See? Okay. I look at you a little funny.
It's the most zero-sided exchange.
And you?
Sorry, what? I got distracted.
Oh, no worries. How long have you been working for them?
Well, quite a while, but like this, only recently.
What's this?
Well, it's kind of been an interesting couple of days. This wasn't always here. It's very new. I feel out of sorts.
Your face.
Specifically the scales.
The scales. Got it.
That's
Right.
rather new. But me as Heron, I've been working for this General Assembly for quite some time.
Okay. And you've been with them, so both of you.
Very brief.
Oh. So
we only met recently.
right. And did you meet around the time they started working with them?
Yeah, approximately.
Right. So very briefly you've been working. I understand. That makes more sense. Okay.
Is very briefly and a little while distinctly different?
Well,
Yes.
yes.
Okay.
Very
Don't
distinctly.
worry, I don't understand the difference.
Yeah, it's
Don't
Sorry,
worry, very
I'm listening in. By the way, you can't
Oh, no,
you
that's
can't stop
okay.
me.
You understand. Yeah.
I get it.
We get it. You just don't.
It's all right.
It's okay. It's a special gift.
Hey,
all right.
not everybody can get everything. Otherwise, there wouldn't be anybody that doesn't get things.
And that checks out.
Wait, I'm
you
confused.
see her just working the logic through his head.
Philip's also trying to figure it out. He's like,
So because everybody has
something.
And are you Are you mostly human, just with that only dragon leg?
The appearance is primarily human.
Okay,
It's
got
just this serpentine sort of
Right.
visage.
Just wanted to double check.
Yeah. At least from what you've seen.
Philip's in the corner, just trying to figure it out. He's like,
The logic is.
yeah, I really don't
Write some stuff down.
May have Philip become a recurring character.
Yes.
Philip the confused Dre.
Yeah. Philip the weighted die Dre who is confused about everything.
Can't wait to play dice with them. So, are you going to be staying for a while, Emma?
Probably.
Yeah. You assume that you're going to be staying there for a little while to kind of get yourself situated with the actual city as it stands currently, and then the general will get the go ahead of when you guys are going to leave. So
Is your business, is that in Mar as well?
Yes.
Oh, fascinating.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah.
So we just may get to know each other a little bit better.
Yeah.
isn't all of our business in Mar?
I would hope. I
Unless
think
someone's
so.
getting off on a stop beforehand.
Well, I guess, but this isn't a passenger ship.
That's fair.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But aren't we just passengers on the ship?
I guess, but for a mission.
So we're business passengers.
Yes, we're business.
So we're this is not a passenger ship, but there's passengers on it.
Are you a passenger or are you business?
I mean, I'm a business passenger. Just
I
like
mean
you're-
business.
you're
I'm a
not like
business
I'm
passenger too.
right.
So
Like so, we're all business.
I think we're all
passengers.
good.
yeah.
But we're still passengers.
We're still passengers.
So it's
Because
a
by
business-
definition, if you're a business passenger, you're also a passenger. Because the definition of a business passenger is someone that's a passenger.
Right, Dan, you're
and
confusing
also-
me. You're confusing me.
It's,
Wait, what if somebody does
Just keep it
business
simple,
and they're a
keep it
passenger?
simple.
Are
It's
they-
simple.
But they have
All
business
that
somewhere else.
means
Are they
is
a
I-
business passenger doing
Den,
business?
den.
I
alright?
flipped to a page of my book.
No,
and
no,
started
no,
drawing
we're not
that
doing the
whole
book
graph.
thing. I've been here before.
damn it, we don't need to
Is
do
it an empty
that right
page?
now.
Is it an empty
You-
page?
you
or is
know-
there something random.
Empty
I like to
page.
think you guys
Yeah.
have hung out with Phil quite a lot. Like just
Oh, yeah,
he's
no,
kind of
we're-
the cooler Dre who kind of like mingles with people a lot. he's like we've done this before, Dad. I don't. We're not getting
What are you
into it."
talking about? I already have this whole graph drawn out.
Okay.
I'm like, it's simple.
Oh, come on, you got it started.
Like arrows just in circles and all around the page.
My brain, it hurts.
Anyway, so
Yes.
what's your business?
Yeah, I'm kind of
the
interested
same.
too now.
Right, right.
Just say Den has to use the restroom.
Den has to use the restroom.
Right, so I have to go.
He declares that to the table.
You know,
Sorry, you could have just gone, you know.
I don't know why I do announce it.
I'm being sent to Mar, and I have to talk to some people. You know how it is.
Like
I mean, yeah, but we're all
We're all-
coming from.
we're all coming from.
Yeah.
Is your business like
Is
not in line with ours?
Well, I wouldn't
Because if
know.
so,
I haven't
I
been
think that
told
makes us
directly.
rival business passengers.
Yeah, it'd be like
Well, I'm like,
it'd be kind of like if he was working at another shop, we all were going to the same convention,
Yeah.
but like he was going for a different reason. than
Yeah.
us.
right.
Is that the?
So are
I
we,
don't know if we overlap because I wasn't told what everybody else in the ship was doing. If you haven't been told what I'm doing, and maybe it's like we're supposed to not know. I don't know.
That doesn't make any sense because we've all gotten our orders from the general.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but it's like compartmentalization of like knowledge.
Did you get like a secret meeting with the general?
I don't think. I mean, not for this.
But then that makes me think I really shouldn't say anything. I might have said, I don't know.
But
I'm a
maybe
little worried
we're
now.
just pretending that we didn't have a secret meeting
Yeah.
when we did.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you
what
do
if-
know.
Hello, Den's back from using number 1.
Welcome back, Dan.
Again,
Dan-
every time you don't have
we
to announce
we really don't
Yes,
need to
I
know
do.
what you did exactly in the restroom.
Oh, I can make this explain very
No,
descriptively what happened.
we don't want to hear it. We're trying to figure out if this guy's supposed to be here or not.
I'm
I
definitely
think
supposed to
he's
be
supposed
here.
to be here, but supposed to be with us.
Yeah, maybe you're. Do you have like your own like room?
Do I know? I'm gonna see if I need to have a room or not with this insight check. Should I have a room? 19.
No, you shouldn't have a room.
No, I shouldn't have a room. Okay.
If you're here to
No.
spy on us, you have to tell us if I ask.
No.
That's how it works.
That's how
That's
it
not-
works.
I'm not here to
You've
spy.
been caught, mister.
Yeah. Who are you working with?
There's a chance in quality control, but no, I'm not. I'm kidding. I'm working with the same.
Insight.
We're all doing insight on you.
Yeah. You don't know shit.
I gotta re-roll that one.
I rolled a 9.
Phil rolled a 6.
I don't know why.
I am using my ability to re-roll that because I got a 1. That is
We're all just like, I don't know.
24.
I really can't tell.
I can tell.
No,
I guess.
I mean,
I guess.
I mean, I guess if you want to, we can just all kind of chat. Like,
yeah. Let's just
can we
go.
know about you?
Yeah,
Like, what's your story?
You're Gabe, right?
Gabe, yes.
Gabe, yeah,
Gabe.
I'm Philip.
Phil.
It's good.
Phil,
good
I
to
call you
meet
Gab.
I like that name.
It's shorter.
You can call me
Gab.
Gab if you
Your
like.
name's Gab
It's
now.
shorter.
Right, I'm Gab.
Yeah, you're Gab. I'm
Philip.
Or Phil. You can just call me Phil.
Gab. Phil. Dan.
Heron.
Heron. I'm so sorry.
That's
okay.
fine.
Just call him Hair.
Phil.
Don't
Dan.
call me Heron.
Hair.
I don't know. Hair kind
Heron.
of sounds a little. Gab, I can make sense of. Phil, Dan, right?
Yeah, all those are shorter than their actual name,
Heron.
right?
Well, his actual name
Gab
is really
versus
long.
Gabe, you know,
Dan.
that's pretty long,
Dan.
you know? Gabe's pretty
Gabe.
long, but
Gabe.
Gab's not long.
Phil. Dan.
Meanwhile, Dan,
Dan.
I mean, I don't have to say
Heron.
my whole name,
Heron,
but it's
Dan, Heron,
pretty
Dan,
long.
Heron,
It's
Dan, Heron. Phil.
Yeah, Phil.
it's like 10 syllables for my name. So I just broke it down to 10.
Dan, I don't think that's right.
You may want to go back and double check
Gold,
that.
Den, treasure.
No, I
10 syllables.
he's gonna.
I know that.
No, that's definitely not right.
No, that's right, that's right.
10
Or
seconds.
whatever.
So what are you doing with those?
What am I doing here?
Yeah.
Well, I'm part of the general's sort of main crew. We're here kind of on a mission to go to Mar. I shouldn't say. Maybe we all had
Well,
little
yeah,
secret
that's
meetings.
what I'm
but
saying.
but
Right.
I'm here by orders of the general. He wanted me on the ship. So
You look so strong.
I mean, not as strong as some other guys, but
But like everybody's like you look stronger than me. Look, I got a little noodle
Hey,
arms.
nice talking
I look
to you.
really frail. I look very frail.
he picks up one of your arms. It does look like a noodle.
Yeah.
Kind of like a noodle snake, just.
Yeah. I get it. I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, I'm like a little
He's
little
a
snake,
little
and
snake.
you're like you got like.
I'm like a sand drake.
Yeah, that's impressive.
That
Right?
reminded
like
me-
a sand drake.
Like a sand drake, yeah.
Sand drake. Yeah.
Right.
Sorry, I just.
No, it's
Heads.
trust me, thinking too much gets me going too.
Oh yeah, it's really.
I have
messing me
something
up.
that's not thinking too much. Here's something I need to tell you guys about. It's this thing that tabaxis do.
Okay.
It's really
Oh
easy.
no, not this again.
It's really easy.
All right, if we're doing this, I'm gonna go to.
No, say. I need help with these people. Please. Please, help. Say.
All right,
Okay,
All right.
good. You're
as long
staying.
as I don't have to do it, I'll do it my own way.
I want to do a persuasion check. 24. No, 25. I forgot it's 11 now.
I don't have to do it, right? Do we? You see, Phil just
Watch
looks
this.
defeated, but he's like,
This it's
"All right,
it's super easy.
no,
Super easy.
no,
Okay,
just-
it's
all
like
right,
a
we'll
war
do
cry
it.
of
We'll
some
do it
sort,
together.
Right? Okay.
I don't
In
wanna
just a
do
moment.
it. I don't want to do it.
I know."
But just do it. Just do it. We're showing him. Okay. It's something new.
You can show him. You showed us. You can show him.
If
I
you
It's
don't-
something
I need-
Tabaxi's
I
do.
need help. Yeah, it's something tabaxis do, but it's like a war
Yeah.
cry. It's supposed to be
So
super
let's
scary.
do it.
Yeah.
Super scary. So, what you do...
Sorry, what?
Scary.
Like,
So, what you do...
roar.
So, what you say? Scary.
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 He's just saying it.
Oh.
Like, it's
No, I'm saying it
I'm
right.
sorry.
no. It's
No,
I'm
I'm
just
so
saying
sorry,
it's
that's my
because
fault, that's mine.
you know, you're doing it to tabaxi style.
That's my bad.
Yeah, tabaxi style.
Tabaxi sounds ubu.
My family, when I grew up, they always said scary when they talked about this.
They talk like this.
That's-
They
that's-
always talk like this.
I mean,
No,
like,
not they didn't always talk about like
I mean,
that.
like, the
Like they
general-
say scary.
That
while
was
I was
a
in
scary
training, when
They-
he said scary, he would get in my face and yell, "Are you scared?" And I would,
That scared me.
yeah, you know, I mean that the general does
anyways,
it worse.
we're
but-
getting there. We're getting there. We haven't even gotten to the punchline yet. Okay, it's not
Okay.
a punchline. It's not a joke, right? It's an actual thing we can do. So as soon as I say something out loud, and I will say it in just a moment. They're going to do it in just a moment. Okay.
Yeah.
What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to meow as loud as you can.
Okay.
Okay. Ready, guys?
Yeah.
We're ready.
You
Wait, hold
sure?
on.
Like clear my throat a little bit.
You see some puff of like kind of like an electrical spark come from his throat. He goes. Okay, we think we're good.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Get in roll call.
That was.
You didn't do it.
You didn't.
Oh, I was supposed to do it.
Meow.
Yeah.
I thought you just wanted
You
them to
guys are
do
supposed
it.
to meow too.
No, well, we were waiting for
waiting.
him. It's
Oh,
like we're
oh,
initiating his
yeah.
first.
So, sorry, that was my
So we need
fault.
him
I'm
to
just-
do it, and
yeah.
then we do it with him.
Damn, we gotta try again. Come on.
All right. Second
Come on.
try.
All right, second time.
Second time.
All right, we good?
Watching you.
Yeah.
Get in roll call.
I'm sorry, what am I saying? I'm
Oh,
lost.
Gabe,
Come
Gabe,
on.
man,
I'm so
you're really
sorry.
hurting
It's
me.
super
Move
easy.
here.
Just
Right.
say meow.
Say that? Okay, I get
Yes.
it. I get it now.
As
I get it
loud
now.
as you
That
can
makes
on
more
the top
sense.
of your lungs.
Right.
It's supposed to scare people. Come on, guys. It's
Well-
scary. Scary.
Right.
Again, you want him to do it first, though. It's kind of like the
I
initiative.
know. I'm
Like,
just saying.
he's
it needs
ruining
to be-
it.
I'm sorry, it's
I
really my
slammed the
fault.
table.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Okay, let's do it. Okay. Last time.
All right, ready?
Get in roll call.
Meow.
Yeah, you did it.
That was
We'll
well
work on
done.
it.
You did a great.
Thank
We'll
you.
work
No,
on it.
Gabe.
Thank you.
Trust me, for your first time, that was wonderful. All right,
Thank
my
you.
first time, I couldn't even get like past the M.
Well, I guess you're strong. I'm good at meow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
He caught it really quickly.
Yeah. Oh, that was.
It's okay. You
That
always
was
catch on
yeah.
everything.
You little sneaky noodle arms.
Yeah. It's, yeah. Is there any other traditions?
That's the tabaxi thing.
Right. Are
Yeah.
there any other ones?
I just smile.
I
you
smile
some.
back.
I don't know if you want more.
Well,
What happened here? What's going on here?
I don't know. They're
Why are
just-
you both?
It's a little scary.
I thought he was gonna answer.
Answer.
I asked for a question. I don't.
What did you ask?
I asked if there's any other tabaxi traditions.
Why would you ask that?
Please
Well,
don't
I-
ask.
We don't want to know more.
Oh, I'm sorry. Ignore that. Are there any other?
One's enough for today.
One's enough for
I
today
think-
and tomorrow.
I think we need some time to reflect and relax.
Right, because that's so
a
important.
good
That's so
idea, Phil.
monumental.
Yeah,
That was so much for me to learn. I won't be able to absorb anymore. So obviously we have to wait.
Oh,
exactly.
no. You
yeah.
can totally learn much more. I can tell you.
I don't
this
think I
story.
I don't know if
I'm not as smart as
a
you.
noodly
You
little
must be so
creature like
smart.
I
Gabe
flipped to a
here
page
could
in my
really
book.
do that.
I'm like, you see the tail of the little
Anyway,
pigeons.
so like, what else? Like, what do you do for fun here?
This is the story that I
Oh,
got
shit.
told.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you know?
This small shit.
Oh.
It's like a picture book.
Well,
that-
dice.
Nice. Right. Can you show me how to play?
Which one? There's plenty of games.
Your favorite.
My favorite.
Phil, are you really tricking the new guy to play dice already?
All right, I'll give it a day.
Give it a day.
All right.
Okay.
Already had to endure that
Fair enough. You know what? You got a point.
Okay.
We'll do it tomorrow at the earliest.
Right. Okay.
We
Earliest.
might even do it later in the week because I don't know what the general wants. me to
But
do.
not 3 days after.
No.
later in the week.
It can't be.
And
Can't be
if-
3 days
if you
after.
go a little bit too long, then it's a little bit too long. If you get
Not
to
one.
the point,
Not 2.
yes,
But 3.
not 4,
Not 4.
No.
3.
If you do 4 days, it's just
5 right out.
Right.
yeah.
Yes.
Out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 right out. I mean,
Almost 6, we might be able to do it.
It is a multiple of 3.
That is true.
I think
But are we
6.
gonna be on? How long are we supposed to be?
No,
on?
because then we'd stop at the port.
Oh, you're right.
So then we're gonna be stopped. We're gonna get refueled. So we couldn't do 6.
So 3.
3.
Three.
3 is the only 3, not 2,
7?
not 4. 7. No, that's 1 again, because then it restarts.
Yeah.
Oh, crap. Well, in that case,
3. 3 works.
we can do 9.
We could do 9.
That is true.
How long are we gonna be on the ship before we get off?
I think 9 is like the last day.
All right.
We can do it the last day.
We can do it the last.
Yeah,
That'll be a big,
we'll do it the
kind of
last
a
day.
big celebration.
Yeah.
you
So
know?
not first thing tomorrow.
No. We
Last
can't do
day.
it tomorrow.
That's too early. That's too
That's
Last
too
too
early.
early.
We can't do it tomorrow.
We can't do 2.
Okay.
No,
3
no.
might have worked, but we're
3,
not doing
no,
it.
3.
4.
3 now.
4
no,
right
but
out.
4 right out. You know.
5. No.
Yes. So,
6
okay.
is multiple, but still doesn't work. I get it.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
got it. You got it.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Well, how you guys settling in?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Well
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
It's,
I do think it's a little cramped.
it is.
It is.
I've certainly seen better. Yeah. It passes. It's fine.
Yeah. No, I'm in my place. It was a little more spacious, but also I was in a barrack with like 50 other Dre. You know, kind of had just like a little arena in front of us from our bed cots, and we would just kind of like go out and fight for fun. We'd bet on each other.
Is
who
that
would
how you
win.
got so strong?
I was more of the announcer.
Oh, so you didn't fight.
You do have the
You were
voice
just so
for it.
strong.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
couldn't. They were
You're-
scared. And so.
Oh,
His
you,
roll
you,
calls are
you
pretty good.
flatter me, Gabe. You flatter
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Don't tell that around the other guys. They'll beat the
his
shit out of
yellow
me.
voice. Outdoor
100%.
Outdoor
But, like,
voice
we
is
know
pretty
the
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're cool, Gabe. You're cool.
You too, Phil.
I'm pretty cool too.
Yeah.
That's just the thing we're doing now?
Oh yeah, it's what me and the Dre's
Yeah,
do.
yeah,
That's
Kind of like
Yeah.
punch each other. I'm doing it a little softer
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I don't want to kill him.
That's
Right.
that's
Because you're
fair,
so.
that's fair.
Because you're so strong, and I'm so
Don't
not
worry,
strong.
I'm pretty strong.
Yeah, you're like a
Pretty strong.
baby worm.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Worm,
Small.
baby.
But that yeah.
You don't know what
No, I know that. I just
you don't know what a worm is?
never mind. Anyways,
I'm confused.
hi.
I confuse
No,
them.
you're not
High five.
confused. Do you are
Well, I'm trying to figure out what you two are.
I was calling him a baby worm, and then he said what? And I said baby, and he said no, I know that. And then I said worm, and he said no, and then I said baby worm, and then he said never mind.
Why don't we look at the time? It's getting pretty late.
what time is it outside? Is it late?
We just converse with Philip for ages more of absolutely useless conversation.
Yeah, no, it's it was beginning of the day when it started. It's getting about later in the day now.
What is a worm other than a featherless biped?
What?
Hit me one more time.
It's not even a biped.
Hit me one more time.
I tried to.
All right.
It's not a biped though.
Where is
Yeah, there's one side of it, the other side, and it just walks like that.
No, can you just repeat the phrase?
What is a
Where
word
is
for
the
a featherless
featherless
biped?
biped?
It's not a biped. It's featherless. Anyways,
That's what we
let's
talk
move
about
on.
for the rest of the day. That's
Yeah,
that's what we talk about.
Philip is confused.
That wasn't me in character saying that, but that is what we talk about.
I
for the rest
thought
of
you
the
were.
day.
I was like,
No, that was me out of character, being like, oh, that's we talk about philosophy for the rest of the day or something.
It's not even close. It doesn't make sense. Anyways.
It's like
let's move on.
Socrates or something. I don't know.
No.
You know the great
That's-
sorcerer King
It's
Socrates.
Humans, they say that for. Humans are the featherless biped.
I know.
But anyway, so the day, most of the Dre are sleeping during the day, as most people try and do, just to kind of pass the heat of direct sunlight from like midday. Don't really want to be in that, so people are kind of up near early morning and dusk. You guys are probably kind of hunkered down during midday, and then kind of getting back up once it kind of gets to dusk. The sun's kind of going down, and you can see it like kind of trickling in from the sunlight, the skylight above the rooms. And then the general comes down, makes an announcement for dinner. Then the Dre go out into the main sort of gathering area. Just eat like animals. They are messy. They are not cleansly. Like the only one who is clean is the general, and he's very proper. And like knife and fork and stuff like that, and making sure he takes little bites. And the other Dre is just like grabbing a hunk of like meat that was just prepared and just you see Philip like ripping off like some meat from a bone and then just eats the bone. Like they're very messy guys, and you guys are kind of seated a little bit on the other side from the Dre's. Like they have one side of the table, and then you guys and the like human crew who work on the engine and kind of just maintaining stuff seated with you guys, and they're kind of eating quickly because then they have to go back to work. But so dinner kind of going, the Dre is just kind of conversing with each other in Draconic. One of them goes up and punches the other one, and then the general like barks at him like some orders to like sit back down in Draconic, and then like he like sits down, and the other one like spits out like a tooth onto the table and just sneers at the other one like they're gonna fight later once the general's not there. The other Drake take notice of this, and you see these wooden tokens getting passed between them as they kind of hear them like whispering to each other in common now, like bet 20 on him, bet 20 on the other.
Is Philip betting?
Philip is betting, and you see him betting both sides.
That is my Philip.
But so it kind of winds down once they're done eating. The general goes back up, and then the human crew kind of move out and go to what they were doing before, keeping everything in tip-top shape and continue working. And then you see like all the Dre's just kind of wait, and they're just waiting, just like making sure the general doesn't come back down right away. And then once they think it's clear, you see them like just wipe everything off the table, and then the two of them get up onto the table that were fighting before, and then all the other Dre's like circle them and just start like going crazy. It's like kind of like a Fight Club scene. Like they're just like pumping their fists into the air, and you can hear them now kind of more loudly like making their bets, like I bet 15, no I bet 12, like that sort of stuff. And then like you hear them just like fight. Are you guys watching, or are you guys gonna go back to your little stalls and just relax?
I think my character is going to head back.
Heron will watch though. He's not entirely sure why, but for some reason he really enjoys this.
Yeah.
Gabriel's gonna observe, and everybody's doing the fight.
Yeah, they're going fight.
I'm going to, as my player, I want to check to see if anyone else is in the living spaces. Is anyone?
No. All the Dre are right now circled at the dining, the big circular table, which is also the dining room, and they're all chanting fight. And then Gabriel.
Gabriel's gonna
Heron-
join in and be like, fight, fight. Very quietly, fight.
You see Philip comes up and picks you up and like puts you on his shoulder and says, fight.
In that case, as the chaos is happening, happening, my character is going to mumble to himself in primordial. Like quietly, just to himself, and any notice of like someone's by the door or anything like that, I instantly.
Is there anything specifically you're saying?
Talking to the water elemental. Like I'm like not asking like it to be there, just being like just
you can see like there's like some like water that like kind of dirty water that's kind of like spilled from them like throwing stuff around the dray, and you can see it kind of like when raindrops fall, like you get those little droplets that fly back up and then fall.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of happening near where Den is, but you guys wouldn't notice because you guys are focused on the fight. And then if you hear anyone, you stop, and then it stops too.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah,
that's it.
so these two Dre are fighting. One of them, he has
Do you want to make bets?
he has like kind of like streaks of red scales with this like deep blue, and he has like a fin that comes out from the top of his head, and like these curled horns that go like this, like kind of up, and then they curl forwards. And the other one's kind of a little smaller, and his scales are like bright green, and they kind of shimmer as they're kind of like polished very nicely. And then, but he has like really long like talons that are like curled at the end, and you see him with like kind of shorter like horns that kind of face forward fully, and they're like getting ready to like fight each other as they kind of like circle each other on this table.
Can I make a bet?
Yeah, you can go ahead and bet.
I'm going to. Can I make a check or something to see who I think is going to win?
Yeah, you can make a check.
Okay. What check?
So this would just be an investigation check to just like determine which one you think has the upper hand.
Okay. Investigation. One. It could go either way.
It could go either way for you.
I'm gonna like, hey, Phil, fight, Phil,
Yeah.
fight.
Fuck yeah.
Do you want to make a bet?
Oh, I've already bet.
Like with me, like me and you.
Oh, okay. Who you want to bet on, huh?
I'm betting on fight. I'm betting on the small one. Fight.
Small guy. All right.
Underdog.
How much you betting?
How much you want to bet? I'll match you.
Let's bet 20 on the small guy.
Small guy. Fight. Okay.
All right. So,
am I betting against him, or is he? Who's he betting?
he's betting against
Me, right? He's betting against small guy. I'm betting for small guy. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna make a roll. Actually, I'm gonna do it out here. If I can see it.
Which one's what?
Okay. So, red, big guy.
Okay.
Orange, small guy.
Okay. Oh, so close.
I don't know.
Okay, wait.
Big guy 14, small guy 13.
I'm going to subtle spell.
Oh.
Subtle spell, so it's not noticeable.
What do you do?
Guidance.
Okay.
And add a d4 to that.
Go ahead and roll that d4 for me.
16. Beats a 14.
So, as they're kind of brawling, like they come up into each other, like at first it's like wrestling, they're kind of like grabbing each other and kind of like trying to grapple and get some good footing to like throw the other one. But then for a moment it looks like the bigger guy is about to get him, but then the smaller guy kind of lowers his head and then just powers into his core, and just the big guy goes straight back into the crowd of Dre, and he goes straight off the table, and then he stops for a moment, and the bigger guy like looks like he's about to get up, but then he looks like he doesn't want to, and he just kind of like sits back, and then the other Dre will go, yeah! And then you see them passing out the coins to each other. They give you 20 back, and then they also give you an extra 5 on top of it.
So I get 20 plus 5?
Yeah,
So
20
I
plus 5.
gain 20 plus 5.
Yes.
You had to. No, you didn't
Wait,
get
no.
25.
You're getting your 20 back and then plus
Yeah.
5.
Oh, so
You
I don't
get
get
20
20
in.
back. I get 5 back.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
getting 5 back.
You get 5 extra.
Rough
Yeah.
odds.
Did he have 20 gold pieces before?
That's a great question.
I
did.
Phil was
I did.
covering this.
Yeah, I had it, so I.
But Phil, you see him raking in
Oh my
a
God.
bunch right now. He's just like, always good to go both ways.
Good
Wait,
job, good job.
doesn't that mean he has to lose money also one way too?
He did, but he gained enough the other way because he's.
So that means
Which
he
good
bet
odds?
more on. Okay, never mind.
It all depends on the odds.
Yeah, he was betting just both ways, and he was just like throwing out more to one side and less to the other because he knew that if he lost that side, you
At least
know,
have something.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's kind of like he was trying to bet the odds of which one's actually gonna
Yeah.
win out.
Alright.
He bet the system rather than the fight.
Exactly. But yeah, so you see him he puts them into a little pouch.
Strong and
Don't
smart.
worry about it.
I just like quietly to him. I'm like strong and smart. Nice.
Yeah. Well, we should probably head back to our stall before the general comes down and throws one of us into the stands for a minute to give us a whooping.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Yeah. He sets you down. He says, "Well, you picked a good guy to bet on, you know."
I just got lucky, really. I just, I saw a small guy. Yeah, I'm a small guy. I saw a small guy. I had to bet for him.
Fair enough. Small guys gotta stick together.
Yes.
At the
Alright.
sound of like the quieting everything, I stop that, take out my book and start
Yeah.
reading through it.
Sounds good. Yeah, so they all kind of walk back to their stalls, kind of like, you can hear them just kind of talking to each other, like, discussing the fight.
Hey, dude.
What's up?
How's it going?
It's dead.
Sorry, Dan. I don't go with names. I get them all mixed up. Dan,
Gab.
Gab,
Yes.
Horn. I don't start with an H.
Sorry, what?
Horn.
Am I
Henry.
there? Am I there?
Are
Am
you
I
there?
Are you
If
there?
you want to be, you can be back at the.
Yeah, I would have just been like, just kind of observing the fight. And would not be the first to go, but would not be the last.
Yeah.
So maybe I haven't quite gotten there yet.
I'm pointing away. Horn.
Sounds about right.
Henry?
Henry.
All of it together.
Hornry. Okay.
Hornry.
Hornry. Got it. Hornry. Okay. Well, is the book good?
Oh yeah. Looks good. Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Cool.
I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna open my book and just start jotting stuff down.
Actually,
Yeah.
Aaron. Hey guys.
Hornry, how's it going?
Sorry,
No, Hornry, right?
Heron.
Heron. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm not good with names.
Dan,
Yes.
did you do that?
What?
One more time.
Philip kind of looks at it and is like, "Yo, watch
What
out
was
for
it?
him."
Dan.
What? It's not that big of a deal. Your name's Hornry, right? Wait 1 second.
I'm sorry. One more time. One more time.
No, I got a dirty 20 to persuading you that your name's Hornry.
Yeah, I
no,
got a
naturally
20.
21.
22.
And
So close to persuasion.
sorry. One more time. One more time.
Wait, crap, that might have actually worked given how unstable you are.
Heron.
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 Heron. Heron. Den. Heron. Den.
Yes.
Phil.
I'm not even.
I'm here.
My surname.
Gab.
Gab. I know that one. I got that one. I think.
Are we doing names? Says one of the Dre's. It's a scrawny Dre. Kind of comes and he's like, "No, Trent." And he pushes. pushes him back.
Oh, the hierarchy.
come on, Phil. I just want to see what's going on. No, Trent.
No, Trent, go lay down.
You're not in this food. You're not in this, Trent.
You're not in this episode.
No, you're not in this episode.
Okay, yeah, that would have been one too many. Heron. I almost forgot it again, but I did not. I
Whoa.
did not forget it.
Impressive.
Dan.
Yes, I'm in with them. With them.
Hopefully I don't forget this by tomorrow. We'll see.
It's 10 syllables we say all the way out.
Right, which is why it's so tricky.
That's why you have to bring it down to then.
Right, and even then, it's tricky.
But it rhymes with then. Then is
Does.
then.
It does.
The right name.
It
to
does
say.
the thing you're saying it does. It does do that,
Dan,
for sure.
you hear from one of the bigger drays, and
What?
kind of bellow laughs.
Was
Yeah,
it
he's
like
like-
a I like you or a haha small? Which one?
The Den joke.
Oh, okay. Just
He's-
haha.
Yeah, he's just like,
You got my humor?
he goes, Den.
You see, I'm the funny one here.
I like Den.
High five, buddy. High five.
You see him get up. He's on the far end, but you see him get up, and he's like
This
the
is gonna end
huge.
badly.
He's one of the huge Dre. And he walks all the way down.
Strength save.
Oh yeah, strength save because he can fling.
5.
Yeah, he definitely. When he goes to give you the high five, just
Wait,
kind of
can
like.
I do a deck save? I'm
Yeah,
getting
you can do a
this.
deck save.
Oh, 10.
Yeah, no, he just. You're like
Into
he's
the
not
sea,
even
like-
he's not even like trying to hit you. He just kind of like brings his hand in, and then he just goes, "Oh, funny."
It is pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he kind of pushes you again, and he goes,
Haha, yes, very funny.
mm.
Does he stand here? Is he just saying here? Or does he
No,
walk
he's
away?
standing here. He's just like, he like looks around. He's just like,
Gab?
oh, Ferdinand. He reaches down his big hand. Oh, Tiny.
Nice to meet you, Ferdinand.
His hand wraps
Strength save.
around your
Strength save.
entire arm.
Strength save, please.
Strength save?
Yeah. Ferdinand. The big Dre.
10.
Okay, let me roll for Ferdinand. 16
It's not too much of a difference.
plus 4. So, kind of just like crushes your
I
hand
just get like,
and then lets go and he goes, oh, little Gabe. Oh, what are you guys doing over here?
I don't know, I was just studying.
Oh, studying. And he sits down in the floor and goes, what are you studying?
I'm just studying my book of spells.
Oh, I remember when I had to do that.
Ah, nice, nice. What spells do you know?
I know fire spell.
That's pretty good. I like it. Do you remember how to do it anymore? No. That's okay.
No.
It's hard to remember these things.
Yeah.
That's why we have books. That way you can just look it up when you need to.
Oh.
Do you know how to read?
He's gonna roll and see if he. Yeah, he does.
You know how to read? Good. Good. Yeah.
I read book.
That's pretty cool.
what's your favorite?
Lord Buren. Story of Lord Buren.
That's an interesting book.
Good book.
Yes, yes.
Tell me all about Lord Buren. How he make all drays. How he help people go and become dray. How he make fear. Good book.
Yes, very interesting book.
Yes. In fact, very deep.
And he just gives out characters like,
He's just for a moment, just like it seems like there's a glimmer of someone who used to be, very studious,
Oh, this is depressing now.
and then it just gone, and then he goes, "Oh,
That was good book.
yeah, good book."
That's
Yep.
so sad, actually. And ironically, you just ruined my day. Shaper dying? I don't care. This shit?
Oh, it's just Ferdinand.
It's Ferdy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everyone
we've
calls him
already
Ferdy.
with Shaper, you've known.
But yeah, Ferdinand, he's just kind of sitting with you guys and he goes, "Oh, Hearn, how are you?"
Well, busy as ever.
"Oh, I like the new scales. Make you look nice."
Thank
Very-
you.
He's just like suddenly stops talking for a moment, just goes,
Ferdy.
Hello.
"Oh,
Ferdy.
I'm
He
back."
got scared.
I'm back. Just reliving memories.
Oh jeez. Okay.
Jesus Christ, you really decided, oh, this one detail? What kind of memories?
Kind of hard to remember. A
Okay.
little foggy, but I remember. He's gonna make a wisdom check.
Oh my god. We killed him.
I remember.
Starts tearing his face.
Please tell me he just runs away or something like that.
No, he sits there for a moment. He's like, I remember the first time I went through the ritual.
Ferdy. Ferdy.
Oh.
We're here now. We're here, Ferdy.
Oh, I don't want to remember.
Favorite food. Favorite food.
Oh, it has to be crawdloo leg. Very good, tasty.
Delicious.
Very
Yeah.
good.
That's
Very
a good
good.
one.
Especially when still alive and wiggling.
Uh-huh.
Yeah?
Yes, very.
Then you grab neck and then it scream and then you start digging in.
Yes.
I should try that sometime.
You should. I don't know if Tiny Man can do.
Well, you could crack it for me, and then I can
Oh, that's a good idea.
Right.
When we make stop, I'll see if I can get Crawloo.
Okay, that sounds
Ah,
Interesting.
yeah. Maybe Skillbird too. Skillbird also fun. Have them run around, grab them.
Yeah?
Yeah. And then they start to peck. Funny. Very funny.
Fun.
And then you eat them.
Dune's funny.
Then is funny.
I am funny. Yes. funny.
Then you eat.
No.
No, don't eat friend.
No, I'm friend.
Don't eat friend.
What
Wait,
kind of
hold on one
fish arm
second.
food is this?
Nat 20, 31 to say that I am not friend.
Not friend?
Nat 20.
Not
or not, I
friend.
am friend.
I was gonna say, not friend.
I
Oh!
meant not food. I meant not food.
Not
You're
food.
not my
Yeah,
friend.
he goes, no.
Yes,
Then,
yes.
then good friend. He
I'm good
friend.
friend.
Mhm,
Good.
mhm.
Nat
He
20
fun-
words.
So that's
You funny
not,
friend.
not so don't eat. Yeah.
No,
Right.
mm-mm,
Right.
mm-mm. Only eat Crawloo and Scalebird.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm.
Yes. Only foods you're allowed to eat.
If you want to eat more foods, you can. But
Okay,
I
okay,
favorite foods.
Okay, I see.
Huh.
What was my favorite food back then? Why does it taste like blood? Anyways.
He's like, oh, I should go. I have to go read book.
Okay.
Book.
A book?
My favorite book.
Oh, Van Buren?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Have
reading
fun
about
reading
Lord
Van Buren.
Buren.
Do you want, you could show me the book sometime. I'd love to see it.
Oh, you want to come read with me?
Sure, let's go
Okay.
read. I'll catch you guys later.
Here,
Okay,
I
sounds
take
good.
little man hand.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's see, where was I? Ah, yeah. And then.
And then he slaughtered all of them. All of them. All of them.
And then-
Alliteration.
And then the blood began to flow from all the halfling heads.
As he
Oh.
split them from their old bodies.
Lord Buren looked upon the halflings, realizing that they were not worthy of living no longer. Halfling funny. Don't know what they are.
Yeah, honestly.
Yes, very funny.
Funny.
Wait, are you also?
Yeah, are you
No, I'm
there?
not. That's not the character.
You only see like laughter, like big laughter, and like a little bit quieter, like like unsure.
Yes, but Ferdinand has taken Gabe hostage to read a book.
Gabe seems very invested.
Then you're not really a hostage, you're more just there.
Gabe's just there.
Gabe's kind of weird.
Gabe is weird. I agree.
I'm glad you guys noticed. Phil says.
Gabe's a little odd.
Yeah, like,
Not really sure how to get a read on him.
I'm guessing he's just a little.
I mean, aren't we all?
I mean, yeah.
Not quite that, but
You're
but
not-
a little bit.
Not Ferdinand.
Yeah, it's fair.
Whatever happened to that guy? Yeesh.
Yeah.
You know, I knew him before the last one, and he seemed fine. And then he just was like broken.
Yeah, I mean, rituals can go wrong.
Yeah, I'm glad mine didn't. You know, I don't
Yes.
know. I don't know what they tried to do with Ferdinand there.
Not really sure.
Trent kind of pops in. Are we talking about ritual? Oh no. You're not in this,
Not
Trent.
Trent.
I just want to talk. You can talk with the humans. I'm so lonely. We know, Trent.
Just doing more sort of conversation. Please. No.
Not this time, Trent.
Maybe next time.
In 9 days.
You can play dice with us.
You're good dice roller, but I don't want to hear about whatever you got to hear about Trent.
I don't want to hear about your 9th tooth infection, okay?
I don't want to hear about your tooth collection. All right.
I said something different.
I heard what you said, but I'm
okay.
adding to it.
I see.
I don't want to hear about it.
I want to hear about how your tooth in your tooth collection got an infection.
I don't want to
And
hear
how you
about
had to,
it.
you were working nonstop to polish it.
I don't want to hear about how you've been inspecting everyone's teeth in their sleep, Trent.
Again.
I don't want to hear about our dental hygiene.
I know there's no doors. That doesn't mean you can do that. It's a matter of privacy,
I
okay?
just want you to stop telling me to floss.
Listen, Trent. It's one thing to do it on your own time. It's another thing to tell us about it.
It's another thing
to do it to people.
It's another thing to do it to us. You could do this to anybody else, but it had to be us.
There's been
But-
one too many times when I wake up with my whole mouth bleeding because
Well, guys, come on.
But come on, guys. It's just like. You know,
and he takes out like a little piece of
I
flesh.
just
look
want
at
to
this.
talk about it. You know, it's just like interesting, and and no, Trent, no.
Like, look, this one. No, like this one's from Ferdinand. No, this one.
You're lucky that you have actual useful skills, Trent, or else we would have all killed you by now.
Right.
Whoa.
I'll go.
Please.
Almost forgot we were rooting for the bad guy for a second.
All right. Now that Trent's gone, what is up with Gabe?
Not a clue. We don't even know why he's here.
That's true. Why? Like, we know why we're here,
Yeah.
but why is he here? He doesn't look like a worker.
Really doesn't seem to be working.
Yeah, he's reading with Ferdinand right now.
Yeah.
No one does that.
Nobody does that.
The only
Yeah.
people that would be willing to read with Ferdinand are people that really need a reason to be on the ship and to stay.
True. If Ferdinand doesn't like you, you're dead.
Big friends with the big guy first, okay. I know the rules.
No, like nobody wants to read that book.
Yeah.
Fernand reads it because it's the only thing he really can read.
To be fair, he is pretty literate with that one book, though. Like,
No,
the
but
other
it's
books,
it's phenomenal.
It's
he's
phenomenal.
like, he can read it like absolutely, like the tongue twisters that are sometimes in there. Like
One
can't
time I asked him to like repeat just like one page, and he did it literally word for word. It's a little scary. he even got the inflections that were like written in the margins.
Oh wow.
It was pretty impressive. I
No,
think I was there.
It was impressive. But also kind of it was just like
A little weird.
Little
Kind of like
weird.
Gabe.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I guess weird attracts weird.
Maybe.
Okay.
Anyway.
All right, I'm ahead and
Yeah, me as well.
yeah.
This is my quarters. So.
Oh yeah, I guess we're.
That's
over there.
true. I'm
Yes.
only peeking in though, so
Okay.
you know.
Okay. Yeah.
And then,
Yeah,
I'm-
no, I
I'm on
see
the other
that.
side.
yeah.
I see that.
I mean, mine like right next to
Oh, yeah,
yours.
yeah, I'm on the other
it's,
side.
It's
so.
visible, guys. I'm in my quarters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
Bye.
we're just okay.
Bye.
And they're saying, I'm here.
They're like saying we're still in our quarters. We're just peeking in. All right.
Okay. Yeah. You sleep.
We sleep.
Do I sleep with Ferdinand? Are we
Whoa.
reading a book?
Whoa.
Bedtime stories, dude. What the fuck?
I mean, I understand they're weird, but like.
Now,
Think about
do
the
I go
words
to
you
my own
said.
room or do we read to sleep?
You can choose if you want to stay with him. He's gonna keep reading, but he gives you the A-OK to leave.
Okay. If he gives me the okay to leave, I'll leave so I don't, get smashed in by leaving early, which is why I was asking
Yeah, no,
if
he's
I
like,
was stuck in the same room with him.
he's like, oh, it's getting late, little Gabe. You should go sleep.
Have a good night, Ferdinand. I will
You too.
see you another day, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. And then he continues to just read to himself. And you get to your.
Just imagine him and then he, like just getting it right, and then he killed all the half things. Like it's a way to calm himself down.
He's like he goes to one page and he just repeats.
It's like
that,
his
and he's
comfort.
Just like, yeah, just like he's just like.
Okay, I have a
Think
weird
about
question
it.
inspired by the ritual thing. Would Dre be like a worse version of lycanthropy in a weird way?
It's kind of like I guess in a way it's kind of also
It's
yeah.
like ascent.
Right.
Yeah, it's a kind of an ascension sort of thing.
So it's not. It's more than just a curse.
It's more than just
like,
a curse. It's more.
So
of,
it's like a tier up from
yeah,
that,
yeah.
but like not the tier of like dragon.
No, Gray are like they just go through a similar ritual that's slightly altered so that they don't become dragons. They stay dragoned.
Cool. I was just curious. Okay, I don't have a room, so
Where are you staying?
Should have stayed with Ferdy.
yeah, I probably should have. Acting like it's weird. Anyways,
I'm gonna name this whole ship.
are there any empty rooms?
Yeah, because I said 20 and there's a 10,
Okay,
and then
I'll just take a
you're the 11th person.
I'll just take a room. I'll kind of set my little back to one side. You can take my little blanket out that I have, and I'll like wrap myself up and then. I'll like take out my little book and my little blanket burrito and like. And I'll go to sleep like that.
Oh my god, all three of our characters sleep.
Whoa.
Crazy.
So,
I think you guys are the ones that just don't sleep.
like we've done before, 2 more days of just doing kind of one-on-one things, and then kind of like, what are you guys doing for the rest of the week before you get to port? So, next, well, actually, we already did the first day. That was the first day you left. This is the second day, so this will be the last day before we just do, what are you guys generally doing? Is there anything that you want to, get ready for? Is there anything you want to ask about? So, last day we're doing kind of the thing we just did, and then it's just the week. So, very early morning. The Dre are kind of getting up. General has called them to do kind of marches, as they do, kind of keeping them in line. You guys probably get woken up by the general too, and just you aren't like obligated to do anything. You can go back to sleep a little bit longer, but it will be hard because the Dre are doing drills right now.
Yeah.
So
Heron will just kind of watch the drills just from the side.
I will do the exact same thing.
Is everyone gone?
Yep. Everyone's
Okay.
gone. Just workers come in every once in a while, but they leave pretty quickly too.
Okay, I want to do a similar thing. I want to add a little bit more as to like when I'm speaking in Primordial.
Yeah.
It's going to be thanking the Water Elementals for giving me this book so quickly.
Yeah.
After having to switch sides.
Yeah, and as before, kind of like loose liquids around you, kind of just dance a little bit, as showing as they're listening in. So the general, he's just barking out these orders, in Draconic, of course, but you can tell what they're saying, right, left. Yeah, you would know too, I guess.
I speak Draconic.
Yeah, so that's what I mean, like,
Yeah.
it's for...
I know what they're saying.
Sure you do.
Right. I'm paying so much attention. I definitely.
I have no clue.
But
I
you would
speak
know.
Draconic.
Yeah, you would speak Draconic, so you would know.
Yeah.
So you just know the general just like, he comes up to like one of the guys, kind of yells at them like if they're not keeping up, and then like, it's so funny seeing Ferdinand taking orders from a guy that's shorter than him, but he does. And Ferdinand seems to enjoy it. It keeps his mind busy, so.
Anything. I'll do anything.
But you see, like, it kind of goes like the bigger Dre are kind of up in the front, and then the shorter Dre, and then the very kind of scrawny Dre in the back. Ferdinand's one of only like 3 larger Dre on this ship. He's probably the biggest, and then there's 2 kind of slightly shorter ones, but those ones also like are kind of more stoic and kind of like stone face. Like Ferdinand's the more friendly one, and he kind of likes to mingle with the other Dre more than those 2 who kind of just do their thing. They just kind of stand there menacingly, just without
Just standing there menacingly.
just standing there menacingly. But yeah, they don't really interact a lot with the other Dre's as much. You can see like Philip, he's with some of the kind of more regular height Dre, and then Trent in the way back.
Where are the humans?
The humans are working.
At some point, I'll go to the humans and
Okay.
observe what they're doing down there.
Yeah, so you go to the mainly the engine room is where they're located currently, and you see them like taking out wrenches and like making sure everything's tightened, and you see them taking like big heapings of just like what looks like masses of flesh and kind of shoveling it into the furnace.
Right. Okay. So I'm just watching that,
Yeah.
and I take out my book, and occasionally I'll kind of like, and then I'll go to writing some things.
Can we help you?
Just watch.
All right. Well, don't be standing here too long watching.
Of course.
Unless, of course, you want to take up a shovel and help us. All right.
You know what? I think I will.
All right. There's one right there.
I'm gonna get to work.
Yeah. So you're just kind of working with the humans right now.
Working with the humans.
So you hear some of them kind of grumble to the other ones, like, like, oh, watch your step, like, piss off sort of stuff,
I'll kind of like, at first I'm like, oh, sorry about that. And then after a little bit, I'll be like, hey, back off. Well, I'm not, this is my voice, but
Yeah.
like, I start
Yeah.
doing what they're doing. Over time.
Yeah.
In a way that's not like sudden.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
like,
It's
I'm
like
getting, it's like I'm getting used to it.
Yeah. They don't seem to notice. Like most of them can't even like really hear over the engine's
Right.
roar, so they're just, you know. And then you hear like a little whistle go, and like you hear one of the guys like, finally, and he like kind of throws the shovel aside, and he goes off. He like you see him taking some of like kind of the heavy clothing that he has on, like the leather and stuff that keeps him like shielded from the heat, and he like throws it off and kind of throws it onto the ground, and he goes into like the lounge area to just kind of relax
Okay.
for a little bit. So you can probably guess that like the little whistle is just to signify when they have a break.
I'll do that for a while until like, I guess the meal.
So the Dre, after a little while, are dismissed. The general looks to you, just kind of nods. He goes into his quarters, which is above, kind of where he like goes to the main helm and stuff. And then you see the two larger Dre that aren't Ferdinand go and then stand posted at his door. And then like Ferdinand, he's just kind of guffawing with the other like smaller Dre's, kind of like pushing them around a little bit, and they push him back, and they go back down below. And like you hear them all kind of shuffling into the lounge area. So they like walk past you, see you just reading.
Yeah.
They don't pay you any mind, Eventually they all kind of like shuffle in, and like they're just talking to each other, just shooting shit, like, oh yeah, how's your day going? Day is what it is, sort of stuff, mainly interconic to each other. But yeah, so that's what they're doing. The humans take shifts every once in a while, and they kind of like they'll come into the lounge area, and kind of like squeeze their way in just to like kind of sit and relax for a little bit. And the Dre kind of pay them no mind, or if they do, they kind of like push them away, and the humans don't do anything.